The meerkat. Its scientific name is Suricata suricata. It has a very strong sense of smell. It can identify its prey from miles away, hunts the scorpion without being affected by its poison that it spews on everyone who approaches it. Scientists consider it to be immune to poison. It eats fruits in addition to its prey from animals. It walks in a group and does not deviate from it. It has multiple sounds to warn its group if it notices a falcon attacking them. Its foraging groups are called the mobs. As for groups that take care of young puppies, they are known as babysitters. And another guard group monitors the area and warns the group of the need to return to the dens where they refuge and use as cover to protect them from predation, which is known as bolt holes. Then it relies on its very strong memory to remember the places of the stones that it cracks in all its habitats. It's the meerkat, which is known as the mongoose. What are the most famous characteristics of the mongoose? What about the characteristics that help it adapt to its habitats? This is what we take you on a desert tour where the earthly dens to watch it closely, the meerkat mating. The meerkat is one of the endemic animals in warm environments. The female meerkat matures when it reaches 1 year, and the mating season comes with warm rains. The male's meerkat flock to the habitats of mature females to determine which one is suitable for marriage, based on the meerkat's acute sense of smell, as it can smell female urine as it secretes hormones that guide males to females. Then, fierce fighting takes place between groups of males so that only one wins the female, but she does not usually stay with one partner, which makes the male meerkat cling to his female and doesn't let her leave him until the mating takes place. The pregnancy and childbirth period of a baby meerkat. A female meerkat carries her young for a period of 70 to 77 days. When the time of her birth approaches, the female mongoose goes to search for a deceptive place for her young that she digs with her long, sharp claws. The dens of young meerkat. The mother settles in her den underground, which extends over an area of 5 meters. There are tunnels and rooms in it to allow the mother and her children to leave the den, and she has prepared it from the inside by arranging the tree leaves to become a cradle for them when the young ones are ready to leave it. It is believed that the female builds a number of nests, with a minimum of 5 nests, every time she gives birth, in order to multiply her habitats in which she finds stability and comfort. A female ferret gives birth between August and March, and her young ranges from 2 to 5 pups. What does a meerkat pup look like? When a baby meerkat is born, which is called a pup, it appears the size of a small matchbox surrounded by thick brown fur with stripes. Despite this fur covering the pup's body, it is born without hair and completely deaf and blind. The pup's eye is surrounded by a black color that protects it from the sun's rays. A female meerkat pup weighs between 25 and 36 grams. And with the passage of the 10th to the 14th day, the pups open their eyes and ears and receive the ray of light and hear the voice of the mother, who stays with her young until they reach 3 weeks. The male meerkat especially takes care of the young with the mother. The female practices her motherhood by breastfeeding her young, as the breastfeeding stage continues until it reaches its 3rd week. When the young pups reach the 3rd to 4th week, the mother comes out from underground to leave her female and male pups for babysitters who can breastfeed and care for the young. The mother goes out to hunt after the sitters delegated her to take care of the pups, and then in the pup's new stage, it can realize with its senses its surrounding nature. The weaning stage. As soon as the young meerkat reaches the threshold of its 9th week, it is weaned by the mother and remains next to her in the wild, guarding the group to take its role in the internal groups, the sense of smell. The young meerkat pup can rely on its senses as the young pup comes out with his mother in the wild in search of its diet. The smell sense enables the young meerkat to find its prey, even if it is underground, so it can't escape. The features of meerkat after puberty. Both males and females of the meerkat mature around 1 year of age. Then, its features vary, as it has characteristics that make it adaptable to its tasks and habitats. It varies in size and weight, as the meerkat is 50 centimeters long and weighs 2.2 pounds. Especially, the length of its tail ranges from 7.5 to 9.5 inches, and then its eyes become wider. The meerkat eye. The meerkat has visual acuity, as it can detect predators from a distance of 1 kilometer, which gives it the ability to see from all directions without the need to turn to see what is wandering behind it. It also has the ability to see in a wide field in addition to the membrane of the meerkat eye that hangs when the females begin to dig their dens. Or, if the young or males try to dig the ground to eat the passing insects, it prevents the scattered sand from entering the eye. The meerkat hind legs. The meerkat has strong hind legs that help it stand firmly on them, and they have distinctive anatomy, as they are padded inside, with toes that stick out on which the meerkat stands. The unique characteristics of its legs and toes allow it to run fast at a speed of 20 miles per hour. In addition, it enhances the meerkat ability to dig through rocky areas and into the ground. Especially, the female meerkat is able to build dens for her young, in addition to building hiding places in which it hides when the ferocious animals attack the gang, which is located 5 meters away from these sites, where she goes out to search for food, and she doesn't use her hind legs only, but also relies on her feet, arms, and forearm. The meerkat nose. The meerkat has the ability to respond to smells emanating around it through the strength of its smell sense. It has a nose up to 5 to 8 centimeters in length. The nose of the meerkat differs in terms of color between both males and females. The noses of female meerkat are pink, while the nose of the male appears to be covered in black color. The nose of the meerkat allows for identifying the animal's type and nature, if it is a predator or if it could become delicious food. The meerkat also depends on its nose in determining its group. Especially, the meerkat has traits that make it better able to adapt to its environment, including its ears. The meerkat ears. The meerkat ears are located on either side of its head. They look round, are covered from the inside by a group of protrusions that take the shape of a crescent. These congenital features enhance the ear's efficiency in picking up sounds, especially if they are calls or warnings from the guard group. The meerkat tail. One of the characteristics of an adult meerkat is its slender tail, which extends from 17 centimeters to 25 centimeters in length. The fur is light brown in color, while from the end it appears black. It is considered a safe shield for its body and helps him in carrying out many tasks as it maintains his movement and balance, and is also a warning of the approach of one of the fierce animals to the group. The meerkat tail appears straight and raised when it approaches its prey. Especially raising its tail high is an expression of playfulness or running with other pups and its feeling of happiness. The meerkat diet. The diet of the meerkat varies, as it is an herbivore and insect eater. It relies on his skill in digging to find insects, and to find snails and lizards, as well as poisonous scorpions in the ground. Despite the scorpion's ability to spew poison and kill the meerkat, it is reinforced by ways that paralyze the scorpion's ability to move, as it runs at great speed and then catches the scorpion's tail, so that it cannot release poison and it cannot bite the meerkat to gain its delicious food. But the remnants of the poison remain stuck on the scorpion body. With the intelligence of the sharp meerkat, it does not eat it, as the poison has covered its exoskeleton, so it rubs it in the sand to clean it of the remains stuck in it. The meerkat not only feeds on these species, but also eats other types of insects and animals, such as spiders and small rodents, in addition to what they feed on from animals. It also hunts birds and eats fruit and vegetables. In turn, the diet provides it with water, so it does not need to drink, because it has high levels of moisture that flow into its body after insects are digested. How does the meerkat catch its prey? The meerkats have a social behavior toward their group, which is known as the gang or the mob. Not all the group members go out to hunt, so the gang is divided into hunting and guarding groups, in addition to a group for taking care of young pups, which is called the babysitters, while the guarding group is called the guards. The guards group. The guards group has a number of different features as it can detect predatory animals in various parts of the world. They remain on a high rock or a very high place, sitting on their hind legs, looking up at the sky for fear of predatory birds that might approach the mob. If they notice the approaching eagles or hawks, then they use their sounds and shout loudly to their groups, so that each mongoose rushes in search of a cover to protect them. So they get their safe haven where the holes, which they have always built before the hunting trip in a particular habitat in order to be safe from the attacks of predators. Relying on their ability to communicate through different sounds, when predators attack them in the wild, they are able to escape, as the meerkat raises its hair in order to frighten anyone who approaches its range, as the meerkat groups depend on using their teeth and claws. The meerkat claws. Claws help meerkat to dig as well as to defend themselves if attacked by predatory animals. 4 fangs emerge from its claws. Especially, each claw extends over a distance of 2 centimeters. They use the claws of their legs and hands together to protect them from predatory animals, or to dig with them. The meerkat teeth and mouth. In addition to the teeth with which it hunts its prey, the meerkat has a number of teeth ranging from 36 to 40 teeth that are qualified to pounce on its prey because it is a carnivore. In addition to its help in attracting plants, its teeth enable it to eat the meat of birds and insects, as its 4 strong fangs catch the prey and then kill it. Not only that, it also has 12 incisors and molars. Their numbers range from 4 to 8 molars. Scientists believe that the meerkat can tighten its grip on its prey in its mouth for a period ranging from 4 to 5 minutes, and it cannot escape unless it is in the water. Then, it can escape. This technique of killing prey is called closure. The meerkat active period. Meerkats are active during the day to remain saving their activity and vitality until noon, as their temperature is 38.3 degrees Celsius. The meerkat habitats. The meerkat lives with its group in separate places where the warm habitats, and specifically in the desert of Namibia, as well as the Kalahari Desert, which is found in Botswana, and is also endemic to southwest Angola and South Africa, and in those hot environments. The meerkat lifespan. The lifespan of meerkat does not extend long, as it does not exceed 8 years in the wild, but may extend about 12 to 14 years in the wild. Scientists believe that the mongoose is endangered, but the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, did not include it on the red list of threatened, so they remain out of danger. Despite the dry life in their habitats in the deserts of Africa, facing the predatory animals that attack them, as well as storms that destroying the burrows and dens that they build, the meerkat enjoys nature, where the animals that eat animals and plants, the beauty of nature in which it builds burrows, and the rocks on which it stands watching the atmosphere. It keeps guarding the gang in order not to be attacked by hawks, and babysitters take care of the pups in a state of harmony and compatibility that gives them strength and continuity in their dry environment.